Adam here, me again actually. I've decided to record another video, even though I released one yesterday that was recorded on Saturday, and I'm feeling kind of a momentum of something building. So thank you again for the lovely words about the last video. I hope everyone kind of felt some big shifts going on yesterday. It was an 11/11 portal. If any of you knows what this means, you'll know it's quite a significant day. And also today we're under a full moon, so happy full moon. So the 11/11 portal, the next day the full moon, these energies combined, I've realized and I noticed there is lots of things surfacing for people that need to come up, that need to be released, that need to be healed. And yeah, there's a few people who are having common symptoms that I noticed as well. So if you're one of them, just hang in there. It's a very intense time, but it's all for the highest purpose and it's all within divine order. It kind of got me thinking about acceptance and surrender. We have a tendency when things show up that we don't like, we have a tendency to resist it, we have a tendency to fight it, we have a tendency to push it away. So in the moment I'm sat on the sofa, la 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 la, all good, all good, all good, all good, good. Then something shows up, and it grabs your attention, and then all of a sudden I now go from la 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 to not liking what is showing up in the moment and not liking being in the moment any longer, because I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't like it, I don't want it, go away. So what happens energetically, the resistance to what you don't want causes more of what you do not want. It's a paradox, and it's one of those traps that people get caught in. I myself have been caught in it many times, because it's an innocent thing actually, don't you think, to try to resolve what is showing up in the moment. Yeah, I don't like it, let's try to think of ways to get rid of it. Let's try to think of ways to heal it. Let's try to think of ways to... I'm sorry, something's stuck to my foot. Anyway, so people will try to develop strategies and they will develop methods for getting rid of what they don't want. Now, sometimes people need to go on this journey of realizing what they are doing is creating more resistance. So let's imagine you're trying to get over a wall, and let's say this wall is, at the moment, I don't know, let's say it's 5 foot. I'm just around about 6 foot, so 5 foot around here. So 5 foot. So for me to get on that, I'm gonna have to do a jump and pull over. So that's what the wall is, what I don't like. So when I resist the wall, when I don't allow the wall to be the wall and the wall to do a wall thing, what starts to happen is I unknowingly start to place more bricks on the wall. So my strategy to get over the wall is building the wall higher and higher and higher, until the point where you're looking at it like, okay, this is a really big fucking problem now. This is a really big problem. How am I going to get over this? So how am I going to get over this problem that I am making worse, innocently making worse? What do you think? What do you think is an effective strategy or an effective method for overcoming things that are showing up that you don't like? Because interestingly, it makes me laugh. Interestingly, the one who doesn't like it, it's coming from the same place. So this is the insanity, okay? So in the moment, something shows up which comes from the realms of the ego, and then it is the ego to complain about the feelings that are showing up. So in essence, it is created by the ego, then it is, think of a good word, it is created by the ego, then it is judged by the ego, and then it is not liked by the ego, then it wants to be gone by the ego. Now, think back to the video and I shared with you the metaphor of the grapes, or rather the vine, and the grapes are your fractals. Do you ever hear the vine complaining about being a vine? Or do you ever hear the vine complain, oh, it's raining. Oh no, it's raining and we're going to get wet. All my fractals, all my grapes are getting wet. No, of course not. Just accept it. Accept it for what it is, and then the rain passes. There's, I've been seeing a few images flying around recently, and it's kind of the metaphor that about there's a seed. And what they say is that sometimes it has to have the good and the bad, and they use the metaphor of the sunshine and the rain to allow for growth. If it's all sunshine, the seed will never sprout. So to some degree, we need this element of suffering, because when we suffer, it allows us to explore what really is going on, what's happening. My biggest advice I would give to anybody watching this at the moment is to be aware and be conscious and become aware of where you are focusing your intention to heal or to get better. Because if that is focused within the realms of the ego, it's only going to magnetize, and it's only going to bring more of those experiences to you until you're able to see what the experience is for what it truly is. So the best way I found to really heal suffering which is showing up in the moment, or to heal your resistance, let's say you don't want it to be showing up, it's surrender. What does surrender actually mean? It takes a little bit more than going, I surrender, but just sit with it. Sit with and accept in totality what is showing up. Now, for some, this will be easier to do than others, because some know whatever is showing up is not a direct reflection of them. If you're in that state or in that vibration where you're thinking what is showing up is a direct reflection of you, then it's going to be 10 times worse than understanding it from a point that I am the witnesser, the observer, watching this. Yes, my human fractal did go through moments of pain. I'm aware of that. I can see it, but I no longer feel it on a level which I once did before. Because I can see that there's a separation. I can feel there's a separation. Awareness is allowed to come in, do its thing, whilst you're just being totally okay with what is showing up. You're totally accepting all the thoughts, all the feelings, all the emotions, wherever is showing up in the moment, accept it. Accept it for what it is, surrender to what it is, and then what you'll start to notice is the intensity of the experience starts to get less, becomes more less, and until it goes, until it dissipates, or until it heals. The thing is, it's like the cup. Like you have a cup, and there's a video on my channel which talks about the cup metaphor. Again, the cup is half full with thinking, and the strategy of not wanting the cup to be full. Yeah, I need to empty the cup, I need to empty the cup. Innocently, we're adding more to that cup each time that we want to do something with whatever is showing up. It's a double-edged sword. I talk about the double-edged sword. The ego is a cunning genius, but it is not you. You can always witness it. I promise, it's there. Look. So, the suffering that is showing up, resistance then is a byproduct, a learned behavior, a learned program. Suffering, reaction, loops. Suffering, reaction, loops. Suffering, reaction, loops. Suffering, reaction, loops. Suffering, awareness, who is the one that is suffering, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I'm totally okay with it. Try that one with the ego. Try to be okay with whatever the ego is doing, because what you will realize is we're playing a game of energy. So you're either filling your own cup of energy, or you're filling the cup of the ego. So the ego is going to do whatever it can to make sure you're filling its cup. So it's a very slippery genius, and it will operate the most cunning tactics to make sure it can feed off you. And you see me smiling about it, because if I'm taking it serious, where's that seriousness energy going? Where is that serious? It's going straight to the place where I don't want it to go because I'm taking it serious. Again, this is how slippery it is. We have to laugh about it, accept it, laugh about it. It is a slippery genius. Acceptance, surrender to the moment that we're in now, and you will discover what was always here. Happy full moon. It is a good day to set intentions, things that need to be released, things that no longer serve you. And maybe it is also a good day to realize that actually you were never the suffering, and the suffering was never happening to you. And